Right now, GDOT crews are driving every state highway and every state interstate from Macon all the way up to the North Georgia border. They are pre-treating the roadways with brine to hopefully make sure you can safely get around over the next few days. Our Joe Hinkie is live in Forest Park tonight, where those GDOT drivers are filling up with thousands of gallons of brine before heading out onto the roads. Joe?
Well, Jennifer, that's right. And this truck behind me here just actually filled up each one of these blue tanks, 2,600 gallons of brine in each one of those. And GDOT's primary focus right now is to pre-treat all of the roadways and interstates, as you mentioned, with a layer of brine. I'm told the reason they use brine is because they can get an even coating with that liquid. It can actually seep into the road. Salt, sometimes you won't get that even layer. It'll bounce around and you can still get ice in places. This truck here is going to take off in a second and put down that layer, and then they'll make even another pass later tonight. On Georgia's roadways tonight, GDOT is busy spreading the brine inside the blue tanks on the back of these trucks. And this message: weather advisory, black ice possible, use extreme caution.
21 brine tanks in here that hold 10,000 gallons a tank. So about 210,000 gallons of brine are stored at this specific location. Statewide, we have 1.8 million gallons of brine at any time.
GDOT spokeswoman Natalie Dale walked us through the Forest Park warehouse today, where brine for Metro Atlanta is stored.
It is just a fancy salt and water mixture that we spray on the roads. And what that salinity does once it gets on the pavement is it lowers the temperature at which ice will really sort of bind and grip onto the road, creating hard conditions.
Truck after truck pulled up to the warehouse today, where crews hooked up these hoses and filled the blue tanks with brine, a process taking about 15 minutes. And then they headed back out onto the roads. GDOT activated its full statewide staff, nearly 2,000 workers for this weather event, including drivers from South Georgia, on hand to help in the Atlanta Metro and North Georgia. In total, GDOT is pre-treating 21,000 lane miles. That is every lane of all state routes and interstates from Macon north.
Our crews don't do one lap around 285. They have to do a lap for every lane. So they have to get every lane on 285 sprayed, every lane on 75 sprayed. So there's a lot of ground, no pun intended, that has to be covered.
No matter how much brine GDOT puts down, though, they believe there still will be ice in places.
I mean, at these temperatures, it's unavoidable.
So drivers are being asked to use extreme caution.
And unlike snow or other types of winter precipitation, you won't be able to see this ice. And so that's what makes this a very dangerous travel situation.
Back out here live, GDOT is asking drivers to stay off the roads tomorrow morning. The worry is overnight rain and then freezing conditions below 32 degrees before sunrise will create ice on the roadways. GDOT, though, will have crews out there at that time continuing to treat the roads and keeping an eye on the conditions to update people when it's safe to get back out there. We'll send it back to you in studio.
Yeah, Joe, especially those side roads can get black ice pretty quick, but thanks for that report.